Oh,
I always joke that my dad, when I was growing up, he is always, oh, you got to pick up the dog poop, you got to do this, you got to do that, right? Helps builds character, builds character, builds character. And I'm sure she can vouch for me. The one time when I smarted back to him, he's all, "How did you get to be this way?" I said, "It's all that character you built into me as a kid." So, hello, everybody. Ufoma, thank you for joining us this week. We are live on Facebook and ready to enjoy with lots of questions. So, um, if before we get started here, I know you well, but would you please take a quick moment, introduce yourself to everybody, tell us about your practice and the things you love.
So hello everyone, I am Ufuoma Ogaga and I am the founder and CEO of Goshen Bookkeeping and Consulting. We specialize in educating, empowering, and transforming nonprofit organizations and women small business owners. Our goal is really to help them understand their finances without all the accounting crazy language, because nobody understands that, and also
Right?
help them, build sustainable profits so that they can grow their business, leverage technology, and kind of fulfill the mission that they set out to do. So that's really what we do. And that's kind of what my team and I do. So
I think one of the first times you and I had the opportunity to meet, I want to say it was actually at Scaling New Heights. Was it 2 years ago?
my first one was in Atlanta. So is that
Yeah,
17 or 18, one of the years?
my first one was in Utah. Um, and we were building, actually, I was looking through a whole bunch of pictures and such. We're going to show some of that stuff a little bit later, but we were building the Yeti with the butter.
Mhm.
Remember trying to put the butterflies all
Yep, I
over it?
remember that.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. So, all right, so I'm going to jump into our slide deck here today. We've got some cool questions from the group that we're going to try to help answer. And then there's a lot of this stuff we're going to be talking about today. It's very topic oriented and a little bit less like detail specific oriented, right? So we openly invite everybody to contribute. We'll share what you're saying, so forth. And yeah, let's have some fun. What do you say?
Awesome.
Yay! Let's go number three. I even made a video. I was up super late last night trying to make a fancy video for everybody.
You should not be staying late, like my client has to remind me.
I'm super guilty of that, and I just told on myself, which means I'm going to hear from about it from a whole bunch of people that I
Like,
should
I'm
have done
telling
that.
you to do your taxes stuff. So that's why.
Exactly. Well, mine's worse. I was just making a video. I wasn't even doing taxes. So, one of the first things I want to draw attention to, more of an alert to everybody else. I'm sure you see this stuff all the time, right? In emails. Like not only are we getting emails that are coming across, and I thought, hey, we can kind of point out some things that I see right away. First off, if you see an email that comes through with a big black line like this, you should really be worried. I'm just
You should.
no,
Maybe, maybe not. I don't know.
redacted for purpose.
Yeah, but
Um,
you should.
intuitpayments.us, I don't think that's an actual email address they use, but you can always hover over any hyperlink. Don't click it, hover over it, and then look in the bottom corner, right? And you can see kind of what it's actually relating to.
Yep.
Um,
I like a new feature that Google now does where it flags it as external. It puts a
oh,
label that says external. So you know that person does not exist in your contact list. You've never talked to them before. They're brand new. And it kind of asks you, do you really want to read this?
so
That's also
you're
a nice way.
you're telling me you're a Google person?
I'm a well, I
Well, guys, it's been a
I'm
great
kind of
show. I'll
both.
have to talk now. Just
Yeah.
kidding.
But we moved to we're all in Google and I my entire practice is India. It makes it so much efficient. I'm an Android person, not an iPhone, so there's that. Yeah.
We we every most people here probably know I'm a Microsoft Teams person, and we do the same thing. So we use a great company called Analytics, and on the back end support, we've got our team members in India at this time as well that help do a lot of the details. Um, but I will confess I also have a full Google subscription also, and I'm always trying to figure out what's the best between them. So I'm kind of a I use both, but
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
digress. So
Mhm.
the other thing I've seen, and I don't know if you've had this, I also use a phone system dial pad, and it's a VoIP system, And I've been getting a lot more phone calls, and this is the transcription of the voicemails that keep coming through, which is like, "Hi, this is not a media reminder message from QuickBooks. You need to renew your account plan. Is the card on the account is not in service. Please call your account manager, blah blah blah." So basically, please, would you give us a call and give us your credit card information so we can go buy some new shoes? Um, have you seen this or had any of these kind of calls as well?
No, we get it through to find a QuickBooks Find a Pro Advisor one. We don't get it through calls because we have
Oh,
calls Google Voice over IP. But one thing that will tell you that this is spam, first of all, there's no account manager in QuickBooks that will ever do it. I'm just saying. So that's a red flag right there. If you don't read anything else, just know that. Nobody has a dedicated account manager unless you're like one of the top people. But yeah,
and to clarify that, should you have said account manager, they don't call you very often.
exactly. And even if they email you, they always include a link that redirects you back inside of
Yeah.
QuickBooks Online to do whatever they need you to do. But yeah, that should also be another red flag. I'm looking at this. I haven't run into a situation where a QuickBooks Online subscription is expiring and we get this kind of email, but I do know that it always pops up with the alert inside
Yeah,
of QuickBooks Online. So I
absolutely.
don't know, for those of you out there that have gotten this, is this how it looks like or is it different? I have never encountered a situation where we get this.
So for sure, the stuff we were showing was definitely fraud, right? But it's difficult because they make it look like it's coming from the right place, and they're getting smarter and
Mhm.
smarter every single time. I almost got took by somebody that was calling me to tell me my electricity bill was late, and
Mhm.
that's we had because of COVID, we had transitioned our bills at the beginning of the year last year, took them off auto pay at first because we were like, we got to make sure he's going to pay us. So for a couple months after that, I always forgot whether we stuck it back on auto pay. And it took me like probing and probing and probing to finally realize, wait a second here. And I like to think I'm not stupid, but I almost got.
Life happens. Life happens. You get busy and you forget that one bill. Um, for us, like we don't encounter this situation. What I do, this is also another reason I like putting everything through Google because it scans everything that comes in.
Point.
Um, and it helps us catch a little or flag it. My domain usually sends me a message and says, there was a massive spam or phishing that came through, but we flagged it for you and doesn't even let me see it.
Hmm.
Or to just put it to my spam. Like today, I got a message that literally had my business name, my own first and last name. Hey, we completed the contract and it was with DocuSign. Luckily,
Oh,
Google flagged it and put it in the spam folder. I could tell by the email because sometimes good things go into your spam. So I could tell by
yeah.
the email it wasn't. And I know when client signs stuff, I know, I know, but this was random. So yeah.
Well, one of these times here, I'm gonna have to have you come on and you can show me a little bit more about how to set up Google because I'm not very great with that part of it. This actually ties in nicely with another question we had in the group, which was really talking about like, hey, what are the benefits of doing like wholesale billing versus not? And for the longest time, I was major pro proponent for wholesale billing, and now I'm not as much. Um, what do you like? What do you do? What are your thoughts on this?
When I started my practice, I did wholesale under the period that is not going to die. So it's online.
Yes.
Sorry, but it has been coming. The writing has been on the wall for years. Anyway, I did wholesale on that, and I got burnt when the whole price increase happened in the middle of the year, and I had to eat significant cost. So we don't do any wholesale. All of our clients get their license. Well, the 501c3 clients we work with get their license through TechSoup. They're responsible
Nice.
for the license. It is your file. We are just guests here. Now, for those that are 501c6 and the business owner, we just go through our reseller partner and they get like a reduced rate for the first 12 months and afterwards it goes up. But we figure out a way to save them money to recoup that cost with working with us eventually. But we don't do wholesale. I'm like, I'm not doing software license. I'm not doing sales tax. I don't care about these fees. You own the product. We are just guests here, you know. So that's my, some people make money on it, but the headache and
Not
the
enough.
hassle is not worth it to me. So
I love everything you said there. It is definitely one of those things. This is one of those things, I guess you could say I'm learning the hard way. You touched base on a couple things that I've got some slides on as well. So I wanted to kind of draw attention to like the wholesale billing differences, like pricing wise right off the bat, because there were some questions around that. If you're doing wholesale billing and it's, to your clients, most of the stuff, it's 50% off the retail pricing, except for advanced, it's 30% off.
mhm.
If you don't do that, you can do direct discount, but they bill them and there's still some discount that's available. But it after 6 months or 12 months, it goes
Yeah,
back up,
yeah.
right?
And
Um,
I don't go that option because I rather earn the commission through my reseller. For 12 months, like 3 months, 6 months, 12 months is better than any one of those months. And your price is kind of locked in for that 1 year. So it's helpful for the small business owner to plan that cost the next year when they're doing this.
I love
Um,
that.
and it also makes you valuable because when I do this, I also set up QuickBooks payment solution for them. So I get
Yep.
residual through that. Just kind of the perks of being with a reseller to take care of all of this stuff. So
That has been a huge, it's a great area for us to try to recoup some, well, to make a little extra icing on top of the cake, right? Um,
mhm.
good friend Linda, she does this with a lot of her legal clients, and she's making a killing off of the merchant processing stuff. So she keeps pushing me to do it. So yeah, you should
You
definitely
should
talk to.
definitely try it. And you don't have to do it for it. Payment solution may not work for all clients. So you always have to assess what are the volume of what are they doing
Point.
and how much time is it taking you to keep their books up to date if they have Stripe, PayPal, all these lovely things. For me, when we work with nonprofits, now this is the part that I wish Intuit to fix because it would be so helpful for my community. Um, when we work with nonprofits that they have significant large grants that has to come true rather than them waiting for a check. And then we have COVID issues of people not wanting to touch things, contactless, all of that stuff. We use ACH. So I will usually turn on the ACH option, maybe not credit card, but ACH is $10 max out of 100K that you're paying. That's reasonable to me. That is reasonable to me versus what you will pay if you go through PayPal or go through any other platform. So
I know, but okay, it's really like it's really hard for somebody to value something when you already get it for free. So I am grumpy pants big time right now when I'm seeing $4 come out of my $400 check or something, when because we haven't been paying for it before. But I get it. But
it's
I agree.
I made up my mind a long time ago. This is the part of doing business. You
Yeah.
factor that into your cost and you figure out that logistics. Now, Stripe just came out with a brand new feature of helping with the billing and the revenue recognition. That's an option you could try. But again, you still got to go back and push that data into QuickBooks. So
Yeah.
what is it worth? Like, is it worth the hassle, the time, it takes me 2 seconds to just add a class and location tracking to the payment, to the fee that comes out because somehow that does not get transferred over. Okay, Intuit, this is what I want you to fix. Um, Add those two functions versus I got to go to Stripe, I got to clean up Stripe, and then do all of that process again. So you have to always weigh the pros and cons, and it doesn't work for everybody. So understand your client's need first and volume before you push stuff to them. That's the key thing.
Yeah, that's a good point that I mean, so it's never hurts anybody to have multiple merchant processors, especially if you're in an industry that is plagued with cancellations.
Mhm.
And when you're first setting up with a merchant processor, if you have high ticket like orders, you need to really get to know that what's the fraud department and make sure
Yep.
they understand like, hey, this is legit. I sell $7,000 items all the time, so they're not holding up the funds, everything else. So,
Yeah,
uh,
and
really
that's the
important.
benefit of using a reseller too, because even if you don't have that relationship directly with Intuit, they do. So they can help you. get that application maybe approved better, get the client a good increase rate or whatever the case may be. But that's, again, to each his own. I'm a firm believer, whatever works for you. If you're somebody that already has your entire accounts receivable in a different platform
Yeah.
and don't care about anything that we just said, by all means, stay there. Don't move.
Whatever gets
Um,
the money in the door, right?
yep, whatever makes sense for you, do it. That's the key thing.
So Stephanie was asking, do you know if the direct discount is available to pass on to clients who already started a subscription on their own? Or does it work the same as wholesale, which is after 60 days, you cannot switch them?
I don't
Um,
think so.
I think if they already set it up, there's no switching, right?
Yeah, yeah, because you're paying for the software from day one of when
Yeah.
you click that button. Now, if you do a 30 days trial, I don't know if they somehow. I feel like they have another discount after you pass it. I don't know. Um, I've always gone through a reseller, so
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it does. You have to choose one or the other when you're signing up for the subscription. So.
I agree. So here's a quick look at the payroll breakout. Again, I'll go past this kind of quickly, but the PDF will be available inside of the group, of course. So you can go grab it there. I do want to suggest people be aware of the prices that have changed within. This is QuickBooks Online Payrolls. I should stress that because there's so
Mhm.
many different IOP 4A and blah blah blahs.
Mhm.
The way this structures out, if you're using QuickBooks Time, everything else, keep an eye on how you're being charged for that stuff at this time, I would suggest.
I didn't even realize, and it took having a client, because I don't have all my clients on QuickBooks Online Payroll, but it took having one client on QuickBooks Online Payroll to realize that they had bundled
Yes.
T-sheets as free with some of the bundles. I was like, wait a minute, what do you mean? Because the client kept on insisting, I have T-sheets. I was like, how do you have T-sheets and you're not paying anything?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Well,
was like, oh, that's why the price is expensive, because you have time tracking and payroll together and it's not mutually exclusive. Okay.
and
Yeah,
it's a higher level version of T-Sheets QuickBooks Time also.
exactly.
But you're right,
Hmm.
because it gives you the ability for the job costing inside of QuickBooks Time. There have been, I've seen personally some issues where if you're trying to set up, if you're not doing payroll with QuickBooks Online Payroll, but you're trying to set up QuickBooks Time with QuickBooks Online and some other third-party payroll provider, there have been some difficulties getting this stuff to migrate over and the two to connect. So,
My account is messed up. That's I have
yeah.
I have two time profile because the client we brought on that was already on payroll, I mistakenly click on theirs and then he created me a brand new account. So I exist into its ecosystem triple billion times time,
Yeah.
QuickBooks time stuff. So yeah, that is definitely a challenge when you are using the payroll function.
So this is the drawback side of wholesale billing. With all of our clients, we've always set up and established where we actually bundle in our software, thinking that, hey, it's great for everybody to have just one price that's being handled, or like pay one price and it handles everything. But this is my monthly bill.
That
uh,
I'm looking at that. Is that 1,000? Like
yeah,
really?
and this isn't even the highest it's been. We were up to, at one point in time, I think I was paying $1,400 a month just to Intuit. Intuit was one of my biggest. I even asked, like, can I get you guys to act as a credit check for me so I can build my company credit? But they don't do that. I'm like, I pay you
What do
guys
you
more
have
than
to do
anybody else.
taxes? Do you have to do sales taxes with all of these clients?
We do. I do a lot of them.
Matthew, you need to go the reseller route ASAP. Make that your mission for
I
2020.
already have, but they're grandfathered in. Yeah. Well, so it
Oh,
really sucked was at the pandemic. I
mm.
was the one footing the bill for all this stuff. And there was major concern like, hey, are people going to be able to keep paying us? Everybody was good. Intuit did help take care of people, but scary. Like, I don't do this anymore. I want to just move past that.
But
Um,
it's going to be hard for you it's not going to be an easy transition. I will tell you that. You may start doing it for your new
yeah.
clients so that you keep some people on grandfather. Yeah, that's you have too much. That's going to be hard to
So
move.
one of the things that I always do is in our contracts, and I need to stress everybody, I wrote the language on this. This is not approved by an attorney. You're welcome to use it, but it is your responsibility to check with your own attorney whether this should be in your contract. The concept was because, like you said earlier, we kept getting burned all the time with the increases of fees. So the use of specialized software applications is fundamental to our service offering. Our ability to offer you cloud-based accounting and payroll services requires us to maintain individual subscriptions specific to your account. As a value-added service, Parkway Business Solutions has bundled the cost of the unique application used to process your company information. From time to time, these third-party software companies may increase the cost of their services. When price increases occur, Park will notify the client about the rate increase based on the new retail price less the previous retail price. The calculated total will be reflected in the next billing cycle as an increase in the total fee. This retail to retail difference will impact your total of recurring charges for services. So
That's an admin nightmare right there.
it is absolutely an admin nightmare. It's a CYA, and it's good to have in the contract just to be safe, but I agree, step away from it. You don't want to do this stuff.
Or if you don't make it a separate line item in your
Your
in your
billing,
table of fees and things, so the client fully sees that this is what I'm paying for software costs. And
yeah, the tax
I
sales tax
usually,
issue.
okay, yeah, that's also another thing. We only pay for, the only thing that we cover is our core tech stack, which is our Asana, our Google, and either HubDoc or Dex, whichever one. Those are the only things that I'm like, there's no extra charge. Everything else, y'all are on your own. We'll recommend it. We'll give you a discount if we have a partner discount, but you are responsible for the cost of buying this and us implementing it for you if need be. And that has kind of kept us on the straight and
Yeah.
narrow path of not going down the 1,000 bill.
Now, Karen's asking in the chat here, do I require a client to have a credit card on file so that you can automatically charge each month? So
Absolutely.
yeah, what we've actually done is we have a form. We do send it over to them. We have them digitally sign it. So we have signed paper that says we're allowed to charge each month. And we do it all through ACH. We push everybody to do ACH. We set up reoccurring sales receipts that automatically charge it. So I don't have to deal with most of that. And then all we have is, there's always out of scope type work sometimes. I prefer not to have that, but sometimes you get a project. Then we would have something, we'd send an estimate and we'd charge independently for the other part. But absolutely, we like ACH because we don't have expiration dates on ACH versus credit cards.
Yeah, and if you also run into the problem that I run into, the client's card gets stolen, they got to cancel that credit
Oh,
card, you have to now stop in the middle of work. Again, avoid admin hassle and stick to something that is guaranteed. Now, when you are asking for ACH, please have security measures in place to protect their bank information, because that's a lot of, we usually recommend the client has a separate bank account that is more of their spending account and they give out to people for grants and things, because if that gets hacked, all your money and gold does not disappear from your bank account. So
I have
always.
a special Facebook group that I ask all my clients to go and post all their banking data right into. Could you imagine? It's just about as secure as email, right? So I agree. It's so we use ShareFile, or even better would be something like Alicio, would be better, where you've got something encrypted. I'm sure in the future there will be more PCI compliance, improved ways to handle some of this stuff as well, where we won't even have to have that data. Would be great.
Yeah. Or a way for, if you're entering it in that screen and Intuit, that it saves it. So if there's ever a problem, you can actually see the data without it being truncated or wiped out or cleaned or whatever the case that they do
Good
with
point.
it.
Yeah.
That will be so much helpful. So
So on the same area, we had people that were talking about like the I'm finding prices online kind of a topic, and I wanted to draw attention to this because this one here, US based price. This one here, not US based price. VAT tipped me off. And then, of course, are you looking for your QuickBooks United States? Because if you pull up quickly and you're seeing essentials at 12.50, that's cheap. We pay more than that, right? So I thought it would be good just to
Well,
draw
also
attention.
read the disclosure at the bottom. It tells you how long is that pricing
Yeah,
valid
yeah, I
for.
know. Yeah, yeah,
Always
exactly.
read the disclosure.
And then the last thing on pricing and all this kind of stuff, because you were talking about reseller. We didn't plan it this way, but this works perfect. We are right at the point. This beautiful sunset in the background is reminding you that they're about to sunset all the features. That means turn off the features in your desktop applications from 2018. Two and a
Mm.
half years after you buy, they shut off the bank feed import capability completely, the payroll, the sales tax. They don't update any of that stuff. So I've got a couple clients we're doing some updates, buying new software right now. So if you have clients that are getting faced with that, reach out. We can help get you connected and get you what you need. It's also a time that you may want to look at doing QBO Advanced. QuickBooks Online Advanced still has what they call a bounty on it, where I love Advanced. You set a client up for it, and you can have I think it's a pretty hefty bounty. It's about $900. It's 450 to you and the 450 to me. Works, right?
Oh.
I'm trying to get some
Wait,
extra
do you
money.
have to have a certain amount of advanced clients on it?
No, I don't think so. I was just trying to hustle extra cash for myself, but there is actual bounties that you can get on different subscriptions. But when you're doing it that way, you're setting it up, and the client is the one that's buying all this stuff, right? So um, you have to go through a reseller. So you can talk to either one of us. I'm sure can get you connected to a direct reseller or something like of that nature, right?
Yep, yep,
So
I can.
and
Reading Linda's comments. uh, awesome.
that's it. Okay. So then now here's the fun stuff to kind of talk about. And I really loved this question in the group. Please tell me the benefits and joy of going to Scaling New Heights. Is it a QuickBooks event? I've never invested in a conference. Please tell me your experiences of conferences that you have attended. What do you think? Should you go to accounting conferences?
You definitely should, because at least for me, that is not a CPA. I get all my continuing education credits there, and I also learn a lot. So the last two Scaling New Heights I went to, and also QuickBooks Online, QuickBooks Connect, I was able to build relationship with people in the community, and those people I'm now doing so many business things with. So when you attend a conference, you are attending for twofold: build relationship, networking, make sure you find time to network, and also to increase your knowledge, how to help your own clients. So for me, I learned a lot about new laws that came out that impacts the clients that I'm serving, and how to apply them, whether it's in QuickBooks or whether it's to coach in an advisory manner to that client. So you're learning a lot of things when you go to conferences, and you're also building lifelong relationship with people. So that's the benefit of attending these things. And it's also a great way to get out of your office. Before COVID-19, I literally would take a vacation after or beforehand, and I'm like, I'm done. My birthday is like 2 weeks after that. And like, I'm done. I'm on vacation. This is a way, it's also, it gives you a bragging right, so your clients know that you are actually increasing your knowledge every year. You're not doing the same old, same old. They know that you're attending conferences and you're going to be invested in helping their business grow. So it gives you a little bragging rights, a little bit. So yeah.
I would easily say if it wasn't for going to conferences, we would probably not be talking right now,
Yep. Yep.
right? It's
Mm-hmm.
going to these things. I love what you said. I feel that there's a lot of power of going. You need to have a plan of attack, and I'm horrible at this one because
Mm-hmm.
it's shiny squirrel syndrome to me sometimes. Um, have an idea of what you need, like what's a problem you're trying to solve. If it could be, I need to solve AP, great. Do a little bit of research ahead of time onto maybe certain apps that you're hoping to speak to there. So you you can divide and conquer if you have teammates that are going, of course. You can be real focused with the time, and then pick and choose certain courses you want to go to. But I will tell you, even as a presenter, one of the best things you can do is you don't want to be in courses the entire time. It's too much, it's
Yep.
overwhelming. You won't be able to come back home and learn, like follow up on everything.
Mm-hmm.
Dedicate time to be out and meet people.
Yep.
The most important thing, because if I meet people, the people I know, I'm always willing to spend time and help them, and they get like a one-on-one tutorial that way sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Mm-hmm.
um, that's
Yeah.
a real important thing, I think.
And when you are, the best way to meet people is when you are sitting down for lunch, or if you're in a breakout session, or if you're in a regular session, sit with somebody that you don't know. I mean, yes, I still get to hug all my favorite people, but I always meet somebody brand new. Like a couple of my friends don't are not in the United States, but I met many of them in Scaling New Heights and QuickBooks. My Canadian friends, like I love seeing them in person, but that's an experience that you will never get if you stick with the same old crew and don't branch out and expand your community. And you never know when you're going to need that person. So save the contact information, because down the road you might be calling to us, right?
There's a cool trick Marriott Martinez taught us that with LinkedIn, when you're at
Mhm.
when you go to an event like this, you turn on your setting to be able to be found by others around you. And if you're in a room with people, you say, "Hey, everybody, make sure this is set up." Link, and you can link to like 30 people super quick, and
Mhm.
you nailed it. Like you never know. Well, heck, that's what the whole group is about. Together we all succeed. The more people
Yep.
we help each other. So I love that. Absolutely love it.
And one couple of more things, like, so even if you don't attend all the sessions, and please don't, like, pace yourself. I made the mistake of attending everything the first year. I was exhausted and drained. So find what you want, stick to a routine and a schedule. Maybe do breakfast with a different group this morning, go
Smart.
to a powerful session in the afternoon, take a break, go see some sights, have drinks with people, enjoy, just relax, pick what you really want to learn. You will have the opportunity to download all the slides. So just download all the slide and save it in a Google Drive folder, and then attend the sessions that you really want to learn and take some notes. Because sometimes if you really think about it, 90%, well, 50% of the sessions that are in these conferences, you probably already heard those same information in a different way.
Yeah, I
So
would agree with that. Now, how many times in the past have you downloaded the slides? Do you download them every year?
I only download the one. I've gotten better at this. I only download the ones that are actually new information that I need to know.
I
Well,
was
I
setting you up,
I
so
like
good
the
job.
nonprofit one. I
Okay.
download the ones that I care about. I'm like, I know that I'm gonna need that, but I also know maybe I can't attend the live session because I'm talking to a vendor or whatever the case may be. So I download the ones that I'm going to need. And yes, I have gone back through them. They have come in handy to save my behind a few times. So yeah.
Now, how many times after you've downloaded them have you gone back and opened them?
I usually open them right there. And
Okay.
I've the ones that I've downloaded are mostly nonprofit related, and I always open them because there's always a different way to record something when it comes to working with a nonprofit organization. So
Yeah,
yes, for me, I do go back to that information.
I love
Um, and also the ones that I actually, the sessions I attend, I download them and I convert them to OneNote. So I take notes on them. So I
it. Nice.
remember, why did I attend the session in the first place? So that's another tip. Save them to, I have like a OneNote thing that I save every session that I know was impactful for me, and I take notes on them, and those things come in handy. So
You're gonna be coming back a couple times because you've got some things we're gonna need to do some videos on, and this is one of them for sure. I would love to ask everybody in the comments, if assuming that you've been to some kind of a conference before, tell us about it. I would love to hear what's been your favorite one. Matter of fact, if there's ever like a certain session presenter or anything like that, give some extra information so we can help these people understand what's the fun of it, of course. Um,
um I think for me, I don't really have, well, I like QuickBooks Connect because the food, because I get fed through everything. Scaling new heights, not so much about, it's not about the food, it's about the education. That's why you're coming there. So be prepared to bring all your snacks, all your food, and be prepared to go out and eat to survive that conference.
I'm
Um,
really glad you said that because you nailed it. So, what was interesting the first time going to scaling, when they said everybody here who's a certified pro advisor, raise your hand, right? Almost the whole room raises their hand.
mhm,
Everybody who's an advanced certified pro advisor, raise your hand. 75% of the room still raised their hand. And that was
mhm,
like, wow, these are people that are committed to their craft, right?
mhm.
And they're here to learn, which it's so it's a different environment from that. I love
It's
that.
a lot of, think of it, scaling new heights is kind of like go get all your CPUs, all the credits that you need as a tax and an accounting person, then go have fun in QuickBooks Connect because you're going to party, you're going to meet people. So when I go, if they, if they're happening the same year, so I use my June to learn all what I need to learn. And then my September, October, the fall, I just relax. I talk to the vendors more. I network with more of my peers versus attending the live session because I'm like, I already heard this in Scalini, so I don't need to do that again. But
Yeah.
that's how you can balance it out. Pick one and focus on one. I do like attending both. I always learn something out of each one. So it depends on what you are trying to accomplish. I know some of my peers, some people brought team members in the first one and then didn't bring team members in the second one, all of that stuff. So just do whatever works for you. You don't have to go to both if you don't want to. Pick one, try it out. If you don't like it, find another conference that works for you. So
I don't like this is my personal opinion. I don't believe we're going to be seeing an in-person QuickBooks Connect anytime soon.
I don't either. I'm
So
kind of tired of the virtual though. I miss all the in-person fun. I do miss all the in-person fun.
it
So
I needed so last year, Linda and I, well, Linda lives in Florida. I went out to Florida and went to Scaling New Heights last year. And as we're getting close down here, I've got a little video I was going to share, just like memories and such of it. But it was everything I needed. It's that human interaction, the collaboration. It was a much smaller event, but that's also what made it so amazing at the same time.
uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yep.
So I do agree. I think they're absolutely worth doing it. There are other conferences coming up. I keep hearing about BXK or something like that.
Yeah, and
Um,
there's like an accounting, is it accountingshow.com? There's a whole lot coming up.
yeah,
Um, I'm pacing myself because COVID-19 is still happening. For those of
absolutely.
you out there that don't know that, it is still happening. So you still want to take precaution, even though you are attending all of these things. The rest of us want to. I'm just traveling this year because I am tired of staying in Georgia. So I need to go see another state and have some fun and relax. And I also want to meet everybody and hug people. That's what I miss about this whole conference. You can't hug people, all of that stuff. I miss a lot of that. So the human interaction is valuable for me, and I'm looking forward to that this year. So
We threw an event last year, and I'm already working on putting something together this year at Scaling New Heights for community members and for people that'll be there. Just to, I thought I'd be a smart guy and try to throw a party during a COVID year, which it actually worked out pretty well. I had everything set up to do an outside event, and then we had it turned into Tropical Storm Ida instead of Hurricane
mm,
Ida that pushed us inside, but had such a great time. And it was cool to be able to hang out with people, had a nice, large, open environment. We got people face masks so where it'd be safe. And I definitely plan to be doing something again this year. So
awesome.
keep that in mind, of course. You're invited.
Yep,
So
awesome.
um, I'm going to share real quickly my screen here. We're getting pretty close time wise, and let me show a video real quick here. I think I got everything. Actually, real quickly before that, I should show. We talked about so Scaling New Heights is coming up as we were talking about. By
Mhm.
the way, this isn't an advertisement for Scaling New Heights. This is us just talking about it off the cuff because it is what's coming up, and because to be completely
It's a major
transparent,
conference.
we need some like this is something exciting to look towards, and I'm super excited. And Vic, I'm gonna challenge you on a Texas BBQ cook-off, buddy. So um, we are. Let me show my video here real quick. Did share my audio. I was up super late. It's not my best video, but it's pretty cool. Hey, Linda.
Oh, that's so much fun. Is this from this year or last year? I mean,
This
is
is
it from last year or
from
the...
actually a combination of the last 2 years of things.
Oh, cool.
So if somebody can give me a quick heads up, thumb up, the audio is coming through, right?
To everybody out there, we are hanging out at the
When did you do this?
bar.
Oh, that was my favorite. A lot of people are no longer with the same company.
I know. Hey, Miss Chris.
Is that Snapchat?
Super excited to be here with two of our favorite people. Allison, it is amazing to see you here at Scaling New Heights. How are you today?
I love you, Matthew. You're my favorite.
That is so nice. And who you have over there?
I have Chris. Chris, you're the man.
Hey, Linda. It's good to see you. I'm glad to see you out here, and I'm glad we like you.
This year they'll be
Amazing
there.
people, great
person.
company. We love them. Matter of fact, they believe in their products so much, they're flattening out the competition.
Oh, they are. Oh, now you made her mess. Now she's not socially correct. What did you do?
Sorry, Allison.
Are you teaching this year at all?
Yeah. This is from the party we had.
Do you dare me to chug it?
I dare you to chug it.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, it's nasty.
You don't like the taste of the Kool-Aid?
Apparently, I'm not going to drink the Kool-Aid.
That does not look like a regular cookie.
So, yeah, just the goal I hope this actually came across is to show all the fun that is had when we're doing these things.
Wait, who won the TV? Who won the TV?
No, I was gonna steal the TV.
Oh, I was about to say, like, how did you get that home?
I took all the audio off, of course, because it makes it a little bit easier to do the mixing and mashing. But we went in a little early and did a quick little live stream, and I saw the TV. I'm like, oh, hey Nick, we're taking this. ADP's a great company. I'm fortunate to do work with them. So again, it's a super fun time. You get to know people, you get to connect with them. I am super excited. I get to teach again this year. You're planning to go? Are you going to be teaching?
I'm actually doing a panel with Tanya, Angela, and Anna Reed. We're talking about how to pretty much prepare your firm for today, remote work, onboarding, recruitment, offboarding, all of the things, the do's and don'ts and best practices. So I'm looking forward. It's actually a breakout session in the morning. So I'm looking forward to that. So
nice. And actually, as we're talking about that, anybody who's watching this, if anybody is interested or desires to jump into teaching, reach out. If I can help tell you the things that I did, we can help connect you to somebody. happy to do so. More importantly, if you have topics you want to share on this show, we are bringing guest hosts on to help elevate everybody. And I would love to help share other people's knowledge as well. So reach out, happy to do it. I really appreciate you coming in this week, and I'm going to make you come back again. Is that okay?
That is fine. Look, now I get to go have dinner.
I love it. Right before we leave, I'm going to tell everybody who we've got coming up next and some other events coming up. So next week, I've got Shannon Theus is going to be with us. We're going to be talking some payroll stuff. She is the master of the 941X, the worst thing in the world. And we're going to, I'm sure, talk through some of that stuff and other payroll questions. So the more payroll questions we've got, the more I can make her answer.
I'm glad I don't have to do any of those anymore.
Nice, right?
No.
And then a couple other things that are coming up throughout the community. You can always go and grab the PDF and the link to everything, of course. My good friend Seth has got his stuff going on with Lissio right now. It's every Friday. It's a Zoom. So this Friday will be coming up again from 8 to 9:30, and you can just follow the link here to check that out. I have got something coming up on the 18th of next week. It's with my very, very good friend Chris Wise. He was once with QBox, now with Heartland. And this is going to be a special webinar around everything government assisted, PPP, EIDL, ERTC, and some other topics. There's about 3 of us are going to be helping share some knowledge on that, and you can link to that. And then
found out that they changed the PPP form again as of last week.
There's a reason I stopped diving in as much. I got tired, just tired. Yeah, they keep doing that to us. And then Financial Sense and Kelly Parks. Kelly was with us just a couple weeks ago. They're going to be doing creating ideal workflows and systems. I love workflows. I look forward to checking this out. And I just recently did a video on Financial Sense. I definitely recommend kind of scoping out to see first feel of it. I like it. And then, of course, you know what? Kathy is brilliant. She has had this Woodward group for a while, and she's recognized the fact that there's no real reason that you should be limited, right? There's no reason to be limited at this time as to location. If people can jump in and join you from all over the United States. So her group has been growing pretty nicely. She's going to have Alicia on, as you saw, which is always a great time for learning. So that is on the 27th. That you can check that out as well. And Alicia even has every Thursday. I think she's doing her Owl's Nest streams. I think it's like right before ours. So they've been really cool to try to balance it around scheduling wise. So everybody has opportunity for the resources.
Cool. Awesome.
Do you have anything you want to promote or talk about?
The Empower Your Nonprofits Roundtable is tomorrow. And we would love to have lots of accounting professionals that are interested in working in the nonprofit community or helping nonprofits thrive in what they do and how they do it. So we're having fun discussion tomorrow about the leasing standard that just got released, a little bit about revenue recognition, and also how to work in this industry exclusively if you are somebody that is tired of doing corporate America stuff. You're like, I want to switch. Perfect discussion on that tomorrow. So
I have to give a big shout out to the roundtables. Richard Ropa has done a phenomenal job pulling together different topics with different people. They are absolutely all extreme value add for sure. So
yes. Yep.
On that note, thank you so much, everybody. As always, here's wishing you all a very successful week. Bye, guys.
Awesome. Bye.